Hi, welcome to Beach Bumbling. So when you talk about a town called Yelapa in Mexico, a lot of people are like, I have never heard of that. So we're going to try to change that today. If you're going to go to the Puerto Vallarta area for vacation, you might want to check this out because this could be a good day trip to get away for a day. And if you're on a cruise ship coming into port in Puerto Vallarta, this is one of the day trip excursions they're going to offer you. So you might want to pay attention here. We're going to give you some tips and tricks on what to do while you're there. If you're thinking about going here, you're going to want to watch this video. And if you've never heard of the place, you're going to want to watch this video. And if you want a good chuckle, tune into the end credits. In case you're curious, Yelapa is located in Mexico. It's on the west coast, below Puerto Vallarta. To get there, you'll take a boat taxi from the Los Muertos Pier, and then you're going to take about a 45-minute boat ride to Yelapa, where there's two docks, a south and a north dock. We'll get back to those a little bit later.
Today, we're going to do an overview of our time in Yelapa, and at the end, we're going to give you 7 tips that you'll want to know if and when you go.
And you're not going to want to miss the last one, especially if you're staying for more than one night.
For sure. So we wanted to go earlier than 11 a.m. We wanted to head out early. Yeah. We were staying the night there. So we went to Boca de Tomatlan to get the boat taxi. And we actually found out that it's a lot cheaper to go from Boca than it is from Los Muertos Pier as well.
Yeah, even with the cab ride there.
Yeah, including the cab.
Yep. And actually, if you want more information on that, we got a video that we did on that. I'll link it in the description or at the end of the video, one of the two. What we noticed about Yelapa is it's really a town of two different personalities or two different experiences, if you will. If you go to the beach during maybe 11 to 5...
During the busy cruise ship
hours and all the excursion type times, it can get a bit overwhelming. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of people on the beach.
That's kind of the busy party time. So if you want to like party and hear loud music and stuff and have it be busier, you'll want to do it during those times, like be a day drinker.
Yeah, and if you're on a cruise ship, that is the time you're going to be there. You're not going to get around that. Just be aware of that. It's not a big deal to us.
You can escape it, but it's there during the day.
For sure. But when it's not that time, what do you think about it?
It's pretty much a lazy, sleepy beach town, really. Outside of the cruise ship hours, I could live there. I don't know about him. He would probably go nuts.
Nah, I got at least one good thought about that. I'll just put it right here. But yeah, this is, I like it, man. I don't know if I could live here. I might die of boredom, but if you want to come and wine, bring a book. But what you're not going to find here, if you're looking for it, if you're going to stay overnight for a couple days or a week, you're not getting nightclubs. You're not boom, boom, boom. You're not getting that at night.
If you're out for nightlife or partying, Yelapa's probably not
the place for you. Yeah, but like we wrapped it up around maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock at that nice restaurant.
Yeah, it was 10:30. We walked home, I think. Yeah,
didn't see another person at all.
After we got to the Airbnb, I think we heard maybe 1 or 2 ATVs.
Yep, and really not a whole lot. We
saw a dog on the way home. Yeah. Like, it's pretty sleepy.
Yeah, we sat on our patio till about midnight, and it was really very quiet, very peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really enjoyed it.
So, yeah, during the day, kind of party time, I guess.
Yep.
And then at night is sleepy beach jungle views.
Yeah, kind of like a mullet. Party in the back, business in the front. It's not.
Now we're going to get into our likes and dislikes. For those of you who are planning to go to Yelapa, you'll be glad to know our likes list is definitely longer than the dislikes. Starting out with a nice beach. Yep. It is small, but it's walkable. It's swimmable. I thought the sand and water were great.
Yep.
Clear water, calm.
Not the best beach you're ever going to be on, but by far the worst you're going to be on. And our channel's called Beach Bumbling. We liked it. So, take that for what it's worth.
It was walkable for us, for sure. There was no traffic. There's no cars and trucks. You don't have to worry about street lights.
Nope.
The most thing you have to worry about is the odd ATV train coming through. You got to move over to the side of the street.
Or a horse.
Mostly walkable for us. Yeah. It was a little challenging. Eric has a bad knee. It was acting up then, so...
Yeah, you hear me grunting through the whole series.
I guess that was a little bit of would be a dislike, too, if you had, a bad knee or mobility issues.
Yeah, it could... I enjoyed the place a lot. If I had 2 good knees, I would have enjoyed it just a little bit more.
Just lots of stairs and hills and uneven streets and stuff like that. But for us, it was walkable, which I liked, and no traffic at all.
Nope.
The next like for me would be the vibe of the place.
Oh yeah, the vibe was awesome. I liked it better at slow times.
Just very chill. Yeah, definitely outside of the busy hours. Yep. We got up early.
For us early.
For us early. I guess that would lead into your dislike with the vibe.
Oh Jesus, this
fabulous
Rooster.
We were up off and on.
It started about what? Like midnight when we went to bed?
He did start at midnight.
Midnight, and then like 12:45.
I think he was a bit off or drunk
or somebody dropped it on his head.
Brain injury, not sure. Yeah.
Not sure what was going on there, but this Rooster went on all night long.
so that
was a bit of a weird
Eric's
thing. Yeah.
Sleep vibe a little bit.
Yeah,
I think I just got used to it. I don't know. After
if the Rooster happens to pass on by the time you see this video when you go, you'll be golden.
My next like would be kind of vibe too. It was just you go right from the beach into the hills and the jungle.
Yeah.
So that was awesome.
Yeah.
We had a creek running right by our Airbnb.
Yeah. Our Airbnb was set up so if you looked out on the patio, you could see through the trees, the water, and the beach.
On one side.
On one side, you'd turn like almost 180 degrees. You're looking at jungle.
Yeah.
So and town in between it. It was
and
pretty
tropical plants.
Yep.
They have 2 waterfalls there. We went to the closer one because of the knee issue.
I wasn't doing. The other one was like 4.9 miles away. Not with that knee. No way.
But just to be really that close to that extreme, like jungle versus beach, like that is just perfect. Cool. I think.
Yeah.
The next like for me would be the people.
Oh yeah, people.
Definitely everywhere we went, super friendly. Tried to speak English if that. They weren't that great at it as I was trying to speak Spanish.
Try to speak Spanish. It goes a very long way there. And most of Mexico, if they see you're trying, it is...
Half the time they come back and speak English back to you if you're trying to speak Spanish, but they appreciate it.
I think so.
I felt like there was a real sense of community there.
Yes.
Just friendly.
Some of the nicest people that we've
town.
probably met on vacation, we've met a lot of nice people.
For sure. You threw me off.
You know what I did not like is the price hike at the beach clubs versus eating in town. We had 2 really good meals in town, one for supper at night. Her fish was, it was to die for. I wish I would have ordered it.
Our friend's lobster looked bomb.
It looked like, awesome.
Yes.
Yep, and a breakfast.
Big price difference for...
Huge.
They hike it for the cruise people, I guess, and for the people that just come and go right to the beach club, and that's all they do.
Yeah. If you're looking for a cheap day, quick bullet points, bring your own drinks with you. Don't go to a beach club. Bring a towel or something to sit on. You could really do it very cheaply.
And go into town to eat.
And if you're going to eat, go into town.
Yeah.
And you can buy booze, like beers and stuff at some of the stores. They'll show you a little clip here of that. And then we got, what'd you buy?
2 beers.
2 beers and...
soda water and an electrolyte, like a Gatorade.
Yep.
Was 115 pesos.
What's that worth in Canadian?
I don't know. I don't have a chart out.
No, she doesn't have a chart out.
But my soda water was almost as much as beer.
Yeah, that's weird.
If you're staying in Yelapa overnight, they do have things like fresh vegetables, snacks. You can see sandals there on that shelf. They've got drinks. If you want to make your own meals, you're going to be able to find food in this town. That's not a concern.
Which brings me to another, like the food. Like whether we overpaid or not, the food, I didn't have a bad meal while we were there.
No, it was all good.
The food was definite plus a like for me.
Yep. The chilaquiles for breakfast in the morning, we split it. There was like so much
dinner,
food. Oh, very nice. The dinner was great.
Even the tacos on the beach.
Marlin tacos were really good.
Yeah.
Probably one of the top 5 fish tacos I've ever had.
They know their seafood. Another like for me would be the art. Like almost anywhere in Mexico. We don't get that in Canada. Like if we go into our town, I don't even think we have one wall mural. No. There, it's every time you turn around. There's
pockets of it in Canada in some of the cities. I don't want you to think that it doesn't exist. But Mexico, it's like, wall art. Oh, wall art. Oh, wall art. It's
every
everywhere.
Time you turn around.
And we just love that.
And that was awesome.
That is good. One thing that, if you're a sunset person like we are, You're going to get a sunset over the mountains. I love it when it goes in the water. You're not
And
going to
it's
get that
a bit
there.
early. And he's a big sunset person.
I love
Like we
sunsets
go
as much as beaches.
daily
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
Another like for me would be definitely the dogs and horses.
Oh, yeah. But
Community dogs, love them. They're everywhere. Super.
Yeah.
We didn't come.
Very
they were all
friendly.
friendly. We didn't
Yeah.
come across any nasty dogs, any malnourished looking dogs. Like, yeah.
the community seems to take
We always
care of
miss
them.
our fur babies on vacation, so it's nice to see the odd one when we're away.
We adopted the one guy and we'll put it here for a little bit. But
That might lead into one of your dislikes.
it does. It's a double-edged sword because you had that niceness, but then you have dogs and horses walking wherever,
On the streets.
On the streets, and they're very small, which means there's dog poop and that there's horse poop on the streets. Again, just
Watch where you
watch
walk.
where you're going.
And my last like is the language issue. Like, I speak a bit of Spanish. Eric doesn't speak a lot.
quite as
And we
much, yeah.
really didn't have an issue here. Like, they definitely cater to English speaking as well.
Yep.
So if you don't know any Spanish, just say the odd, gracias, hola, and that's enough.
Seems to be.
And now for the tips that you've all been waiting for, hopefully.
Ba-ba-da-ba!
The first one is, if you're going to the beach only, you'll want to get off on the north dock.
Yeah. Save yourself a lot of walking. And if you want to go to the town and get something to eat or go to the waterfalls, either one of them, you're going to get off on the south dock.
That's if you're coming by ferry.
If you're coming by boat taxi, and if you just wherever side, just tell the guy what you want to do. If
And
you
he'll
want-
bring you to, he'll tell
take
you to
the
get
right
off
one,
at the
for
right
sure.
one.
They'll take care of you.
And if you're coming off a cruise, then they bring you right on to the beach.
Yep, and when you get picked up to leave, as you can see right in the next clip, we saw like boats and boats picking up people right in front of us, right on the beach. So
Yeah.
plan to get a little bit wet if you're going to get on the boat to get back.
Yep.
Yep. Where's that leave us, babe?
Tips. The next one is the mobility issues.
Mobility issues. If you have mobility issues, I cannot suggest enough that you get one of the many ATVs there. I'm not sure what you'd have to pay them. I don't think it's a whole lot. But when the cruise ships were there, we saw a lot of people, a lot of families. We saw up to 5 people
On one
ATV. So I would pay that because it's quite a bit of a walk. Depending how you get there, there's multiple ways to get there. Some are better than others, as we proved in another one of our videos that will be in our description. But that is definitely something that I would be worried about.
Yeah, the next tip would be check your food and drink bills for extra tips or taxes that they add on.
Yep.
Happened to us again. Not the first time, maybe not the last time.
And just to know, in Mexico, the price on the menu, that's it. You don't pay any more than
It's
that.
taxes included.
If you see tax on your bill, it has to add up to whatever you saw on the menu.
Yes.
If you see other than that, you complain. If you see a tip or a percentage right on your bill, just say take that off. They can't.
And they will. And it's not the waiters or the wait staff either. It's usually the management that adds in those extras. So
Just
keep an
that
eye
in
out.
mind. Yeah, because our waiter was golden, helped us out with an issue that we'll get to a little bit later, and he didn't have to do it. Here's a tip, and believe me, if you've seen the other Yelapa videos, I am not obsessed with poop, but watch where I am not. Watch where you walk. I can't stress that enough. If you're a person that never looks down, eventually you're probably going to step in horse shit. That's just a reality.
The next one's important. If you miss the last boat taxi going back to PV around 5 o'clock, you're staying the night. That's the last one.
Our second to last tip is we did find a reasonable beach club the second day, and we met some locals there, so that tells you something. It was the Del Mar Beach Club. So if you're looking at the beach from the water, it's on the far left.
Yeah. They got a sign, it's on a surfboard, it says Del Mar on it. We met an expat there. She lived there for 16 years. Her name was Chris. And she
went down with her dog for sunset. And I think my drink was like half price.
She said this is the cheapest place, and she's lived there for a long time.
And nice. And good options.
Yeah.
We looked over, we weren't eating, but we looked over the options, and we wish we would have went there the day before.
Yeah, for sure.
Just to say that.
We definitely probably would have paid half. Would be roughly half.
And the last and most important tip
is definitely bring cash. Bring as many pesos as you feel is necessary for the day. Know that it's a bit more at the beach club, so maybe pack a couple extra shekels if you're doing that.
And smalls, because not everybody has change.
Exactly,
either.
that's a really good point. But there are no bank machines in Yelapa, and if you're taking a boat taxi from Boca de Tomatlan and think, I'll just get money there, that ain't
They
happening either. Miss Maloya, I always say that wrong, is the closest bank machine you're probably going to find. So they do take credit cards.
At some places.
At some places.
Not all.
Not all. And never ever count on your credit card to work wherever you're at. I'll just leave a little clip here to remind you of that.
Now we're at Yelapa, and my latest boner of the trip is I forgot my wallet and all my money in the safe at the resort. So now we're at Yelapa. There's not a bank in Yelapa. We've got a limited amount of funds. They said they take a credit card. We're like, right on. We actually have the credit card with us. Problem being that CIBC has blocked our credit card for some reason.
Yeah.
So bring cash. Cash is king, as Karen says.
In Yelapa.
And can't stress that enough. It could change your vacation. So especially if you're staying for like overnight, it could definitely be a big impact. So.
Yes. But we hope you go.
Yeah, we definitely hope you go. So that's probably going to wrap it up for today's video. We hope you got some good information from it. And if you
have any tips for Yelapa that we forgot to mention, please leave them in the comments below.
If you have any questions, you can get us on our social media. We'll put that right here. And if you like the video, please give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't. And if you want to be notified every time we make another video, hit the bell. And I guess...
thanks for watching.
I'd cheers you, but I got nothing left. I just dumped it on the freaking counter. But anyway,
that'll
cheers.
be in the bloopers.
It'll be in the bloopers. You have a good one. Cheers.
Our friend's lobster was great.
It looked like art. Yeah. I'm gonna have to redo that one.
Do you?
Nope. Don't touch it. Look away. Don't look at me. I'm hideous. What's your suggestion? Because it's probably better than mine.
It's okay.
I'm really not.